Now the NBA postgame show. After their opening night win at Cleveland, Chicago dropped a surprise decision to Atlanta to even their record at 1-1. Milwaukee leads the Central Division, followed by Atlanta, Charlotte, Chicago, Cleveland, and Detroit at 500. Indiana is off to an 0-1 start. In Indiana, Ron Rothstein is the new coach of the visiting Pistons. Mark Aguirre had 13 first-half points on his way to 24. Pistons lead by 3 in the first half. George McLeod led the Pacers with 24. Here he makes a three-pointer to tie the game at 86 late in the fourth. Joe Dumars, back after a first-half injury, drives and scores as Sam Mitchell's called for goaltending. This makes it 88-86 Detroit, and they go on to win a tough road victory over Indiana, 89-87. In the Atlantic Division, New York and Orlando are both off to 2-0 starts. Boston, Miami, and New Jersey have each split their first two games, while Philadelphia and Washington have dropped their first two. In Washington, Wes Unseld and the Bullets host Orlando. In fourth quarter action, Michael Adams pops in the 15-footer to give the Bullets a 2-point lead. But number one pick Shaquille O'Neal makes a power move inside. He led the Magic with 22, and they tie it up at 97. Then Chris Corchiani will get past Adams as he hits the runner to put Orlando up to stay. This makes it 99-97 Orlando. They went on to win their second straight game, 103-98 over the Bullets. In the Midwest Division, Denver and Utah have split their first two to sit atop the standings. Dallas is 0-1, while Houston, Minnesota, and San Antonio are winless in two starts. In Denver, Jerry Tarkanian makes his NBA debut with his visiting Spurs. Fourth quarter action, David Robinson hits the J over Dikembe Mutombo. 2 of his 30 to tie the score, and then go into overtime. In the first OT, rookie Lloyd Daniels inside on Chris Jackson. 2 of his 26 as we go to a second overtime. But Jackson gets his revenge. Score tied in the second overtime. He hits a big three-pointer. And that was 3 of his 32 as Denver knocks off San Antonio. A thriller. And boy, did the fans enjoy it. The final score, 125-121 in double overtime. In the Pacific Division, Golden State, Seattle, and Sacramento have won their first two, while Phoenix and Portland have each won their openers. The Lakers have split 2 games, while the Clippers have been twice defeated. In Yokohama, Japan, the Rockets and the Sonics took part in the second ever regular season series outside the United States. Dana Barris of the Sonics into Sean Kemp, who sends it down with style in a tight affair. Nate McMillan would lead the Sonics in the second half. Here he hits a long J up top for 2 points. Then, another one. Long range, 2 of his 22 second-half points as the Sonics go up to stay. They head back to the U.S. with a 2-game sweep of the Rockets as they bid sayonara to the Japanese fans. A final of 89-85. Now, let's rewind what went on this summer around the NBA.
Hi, I'm Charles Barkley of the Phoenix Suns. Watch me next week in Santa Barbara. Some people swear by telling the truth. Try it. You might like it. I was a big soap opera fan. That's all we do on the road is watch soap operas. So this is kind of like fun for me.
On the way to the wedding, Neek was just a little shaky.
I got cold feet. They're a little chilly right now.
Right here.
Pressure's a bit strong now, so I don't know.
The real pressure was in trying to recite the wedding vows.
I will.
Yeah, I will.
Speaking of taking the plunge, that's what Michael Cage did doing some high-speed navigating with the Coast Guard.
If you want to go fast, at a safe speed, and without risk to anyone else, do it on the water.
In Celebrity Doubles, it was Rambis and McEnroe versus Ainge and Agassi.
Good serve.
Woo! Oh! You gotta call it sooner. What's the difference between basketball and tennis crowds?
The quietness kind of drives me crazy. I mean, some people yelling all the time.
Don't mess with Robert Parrish now that he has taken up the martial arts.
Yeah! It lets you know that you could kick his butt if you wanted to. And that's where the patience come in, that you don't have to prove anything to this person just because he's calling you everything but your name.
And Mark Jackson was busy in the studio working on a special rap just for us.